Ah, yes, week 15 is upon us, and you have to ask yourselves, is your favorite quarterback hurt? Probably. Did you make the fantasy playoffs? Probably, or probably not. Are you ready for best ball season? None of that really matters because we're here to be a degenerate, just like my co-host and I, to welcome you into the week 15 slate. And of course, to quote a great, well, I don't know about great, but MVP candidate. Here we go. Hut. Welcome into the deli. It's week 15. Here we go. Wait, oh, sorry. I'm just excited for the Bills game for Sunday. I apologize. And it's going to be on national TV, so we get to hear that yelled at nauseum over and over again. But welcome to the DFS Deli. I am the proprietor of this delicatessen, of course, Sully Ali Shaheed, and joined on a late Wednesday night, chilly here in Cleveland, Ohio. It is Chill Man. Chill. Welcome to work. How's everything going for you?
I mean, it's going pretty good. I can't really complain. Much like this season, we're on a really weird slate here. Uh, the 1 o'clock window, the highest total game or the point total is that Green Bay Tampa Bay game, which is like 41.5 points. That's a little terrifying, but don't worry, the 4 o'clock games will save you. Um, So a lot of PMR this week is probably going to be on the main slate. So don't get a little antsy past 1 o'clock.
It is gross. It is gross. And but the thing is that you and I kind of discussed a little bit, but we'll break down in detail here is the pricing is tight. I mean tight. The only value we're really getting is backup quarterback A, B, or C for the most part. A lot of key pieces are going to be missing off this slate, and a lot of games are going to be missing off this slate too, because there's a Saturday slate this week. So we get the football rolling early because I'm not counting tomorrow when we get to see Easton Stick versus AOC. I'm
Yeah,
good
I
on
mean,
all that.
tomorrow's game is like a Division 2 football game.
Yeah, I mean these two teams are dunzo. They're not playoff bound, so I mean it's just a game for degenerates to watch. I mean fantasy playoffs are starting, so if you have anybody relevant in that game, I mean more power to you. But like I told you off air, if you're a Devontae Adams owner, you're probably not in the playoffs anyway. So
Probably not.
really doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure he has a low advance rate in best ball too. I mean, this is gonna be a rough one tomorrow. But hey, we're here to talk about Sunday's main slate. But before we do, chill. It is playoff season, and how are the yearly streets treating you?
So for my one league, we still have one more week of regular season because that's just a 10 team, so they're only taking top four. So that one I'm sitting at fourth. Did upset the number one seed last week, technically, so that helps. That's just a win and I'm in situation. Dynasty, we're in the playoffs. I think I finished third, third, third or fourth for that. Maybe it's one of those. So sitting okay there. So, and then in my other league, I think I'm like first or second. So, pretty good year for yearly, truthfully.
Excellent, excellent. I only do one yearly team, and I've advanced, so I'm going against my buddy Nate here in the first round. And I told you he's down bad injury wise, and probably another reason why we couldn't invite Baker on the show because we only take yearly winners here in the deli, and Baker's team was ass, and he's not allowed to talk about yearly anymore because his team sucked. So sorry, Baker. Sorry, had to do it to you. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. There's best ball playoffs starting. I know you're not a best ball guy, but I
Not
tended
yet.
I dabbled a little bit this year, a little bit more than I did last year. I had a 50% advance rate with all the teams I drafted, so I got six bullets going in next week. But I told you my best ball team is quarterbackless. That team drafted Kenny Pickett. It drafted Kirk Cousins
Damn.
and it drafted CJ Stroud, who apparently is maybe not playing. And then Nico's down, Tank's down. Dr. Schultz looks like he's going to try and give it a go, but he might be gone. So literally 50% of my roster is not participating in that best ball team. So it's not it's not looking great. Not looking
Damn.
great. But the other teams do have a shot. So I told you I got a 49er stack in there, without Brock Purdy. That was when they were still deciding if Trey Lance was a thing. So I drafted Trey Lance. And yeah. So, but
Damn.
we got a chance though. We advanced. We got a chance. That's all that matters. Chill. And we're gonna give ourselves the best chance to win on the main slate on Sunday, breaking it down position by position like we always do here on the DFS Deli. And of course, we got to start with the most critical position on the roster, the QB position. Pay up options aplenty and pay down options aplenty. And again, you and I were tinkering with some lineups, and it is hard to build lineups this week. So if you were starting at QB, which we tend to do to build out our stacks, where are you kind of leaning this week? Early look, of course, on a Wednesday night.
Well, yeah, man, it's tough.
Well, yeah, I understand.
It's
I
tough.
get it.
At this point, it just seems like you play Brock Purdy every week and kind of just fill out the rest from there. Again, his stacking options are going to be expensive, but he's been getting it done the past 3 or 4 weeks here in a really easy matchup at home, playing Arizona. So I don't mind Brock Purdy this week. And honestly, even on DK, like his price is still too cheap at 6,800. Like that to me is a savings, and I don't understand why he hasn't been priced up yet. Um, Again, taking a look here, he didn't have the best game on Monday Night Football, but Jordan Love is at home playing the Bucks. Again, the Bucks defense is been susceptible through the air. We saw the Riddler get it done last week in a loss, but again, Tampa Bay's and again with Aaron Jones being out, this could possibly lead to more passing opportunities and rushing upside to Jordan Love. So I don't mind that play there. Um, Matt Stafford, I think Matt Stafford is still overpriced at 6K.
I think Matt Stafford has that pricing because of who he gets to throw to and the matchup. I mean, the matchup is sexy.
It is, and honestly, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league in his past 5 games. He's been averaging 303. Like the man has been on a little bit of a tear. Like he's been doing really well. Um, I don't think I could talk myself into Stafford because I don't know if I see the tournament winning upside with him. Um, and then we'll get to the creme de la creme, the game of the week is that Buffalo Dallas game with Dallas going on the road. It's a huge game for both teams. Both teams have a lot of things to prove here. Obviously, Buffalo has to keep winning to keep their playoff hopes alive because if they take another loss, they're not gonna beat the tiebreakers at 10-7. So they would need a lot to happen for them to win. At 11-6, they could definitely make it. They might be able to still win the division. My Dolphins have a hard ass schedule coming up, so I think that is still on the table for them. But, I'm kind of just quarterback this week. I kind of want to play quarterbacks who are streaking. I mean, so Josh Allen, who's not in the best matchup, but is at home against Dallas. I think I'd be more inclined. Obviously, Josh Allen right now is that entire offense for Buffalo. So again, it's at home. I think I'd be more inclined to play Josh Allen there. And then Dak Prescott, you just pair him with CeeDee Lamb. Seems pretty simple to me. Buffalo doesn't have the greatest secondary, truthfully. And we know Dak is going to one guy for the most part. He's looking for one man, and it's CeeDee Lamb. So, um, again, those are the quarterbacks I'm looking here. I think you're going to be with me on this guy, but you playing some Tommy DeVito this week?
Hey, Tommy Cutlets. Tommy Cutlets. Hey, man, the guy.
He's been one of the best. He's like they're comparing him to Lynn Sanity in New York.
You're talking about the guy that is the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, sir.
Damn right.
Damn right. I mean, oh, Tommy Cutlets. I mean, first of all, the price is cheap. And did you see that rushing floor that he
Bro,
has?
I do it. I was screaming it since the first time I laid eyes on him.
Darn
Rushing
right.
for.
I mean, Tommy DeVito. Like the thing about Tommy DeVito, for me, is that he may not have the upside that we're looking for, but he does have the price that we're looking for. Someone similar in that same price range is probably that I'm gonna lean to is gonna be Will Levis. Will Levis gets Houston, who just got carved up by Zach Wilson. So, I mean, if Houston's banged up as they are, and they might be on their backup quarterback, because I was thinking about going to the other side, but at the same time, like when you're down your main weapons, it's going to be tough to kind of sell that with the Mills Mafia and crew. So if we're talking about more offensive opportunities for the Titans, we saw them, storm back against Miami on Monday. Again, Will Levis's price is suppressed. We got the Nuck revenge game, so we can always pair him up with them. So if you're looking on the low end, I would say Will Levis is probably going to be the top option there, and especially for your yearly players as well. If you need a streaming option for this week, you just lost Herbert or somebody like that. You thought the Pastronaut Josh Dobbs was going to be a thing. He gone, he benched. So, I mean, again, not just a good streaming option, but a good DFS option this week as well. And for me, if I'm going to pay up, obviously, the resident Bills fan is going to be paying for Josh Allen. This matchup at home, we saw Geno Smith get the boys for over 303 before. So, I mean, what can't Josh Allen replicate at home in front of this crowd that that, like you mentioned, is in a must-win situation? Like, they cannot lose any more games. And if they lose one, it probably can't be this one. So I think they need to shape that division a little more and the wild card a little more and kind of get some teams looking in the rearview mirror. And I think they need pushback. So what happened with his floor and ceiling combination last week was that the Chiefs offense is basically inept. I mean, yes, the Bills defense stepped up, but I mean, this is what we've seen from the Chiefs all year. I mean, they're not an explosive team anymore. We've gotten like 2 or 3 maybe good performances from the Chiefs offense, and you just kind of shrug your shoulders when it happens. So, but this Dallas team is completely different. They can hang 30 on just about anybody. So I expect a lot of push and pull here, and I expect Josh Allen to be able to reach that ceiling this game. And like you mentioned, Dakota Prescott, same situation. I think if it's going to be back and forth, both quarterbacks are going to be on the table, but no one has the upside that Josh Allen does. I would say that Justin Fields is kind of in that similar territory because of his rushing, but he gets Cleveland this week. So I don't know if that upside rushing is going to be capped. So I would probably stay away from Justin Fields this week and then just pay the extra to get up to Josh Allen. Yes, I understand there's a lot of expensive pieces on this slate, but if you're going to make the sacrifice for one at quarterback, I think Josh Allen, hands down, is probably the place I'm going to go.
I know this is gross, and you made every accurate point you did about the Chiefs' offense. They're going to come out and slaughter somebody, and they're already pissed off at the media. Like, Travis Kelsey had a whole rant today about the media.
Mm-hmm.
They're slaughtering somebody soon. I don't know who, but they're going to slaughter somebody. And with the Patriots already coming out this week, and essentially Bill Belichick is fired, and they fired him in Germany, essentially. I don't know.
Hey, I got news for you, Chill. The Patriots are beating the Chiefs on Sunday.
Do I have to treat you like Dale? Did you put some money on that money line for it?
Oh, I'll do it as soon as the show's over if you'd like. I got
part
the
of me
utmost confidence that that's going to happen. I mean, that I don't want to say never. I'm pretty sure I can think of a time that it happened. But for Patrick Mahomes to be such a whiny little bitch and freaking criticize the referees for a blatant offsides and not say anything about his receiver that's been costing him games the entire damn year is not fair. Period. I mean, yes, referees make bad calls. I understand that. But first of all, the call was correct. He didn't check with the damn sideline. He might have did this real quick, and the referee was like, bro, I got my hand on the damn chamber right now, bruh. Like, as soon as you hike that ball, this flag is coming out. That's on you. And for Patrick Mahomes and his coach, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelsey to not put any blame on his fucking teammate is bullshit. Like, that's his fault. He can't catch, and he don't even know how to freaking line up on sides. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I think the wide receiver issue was addressed in house. Because like Mahomes is like Brady, but he's not like Brady in the sense where like Tom Brady went off on the field. Like I don't think that's Pat Mahomes' game. So I'm pretty sure that was addressed. That was probably addressed in house. Now, by the letter, obviously that's a penalty. I'm not going to sit here and act like that Jalen Waddle didn't do the exact same thing on Monday Night Football. You got different refs, different crews. I get it. I get it. That penalty has also only been called 3 times this year. It's been called 11, but the other 8 times were on tush push. So again, different outlier there. Andy Reid's been coaching a long time. That's the first time it got called. Now, again, I'm a rules person. We all know this. I'll be the first person to toss that fucking rule book in your face. You know me. So they got the call right. But ultimately, I think they addressed that wide receiver issue in-house. Because Kadarius Toney's been bad all season. And obviously, this offense is coming down to 2 people. Well, 3. Pacheco was out last game. So we'll give – I don't know how much of a difference Pacheco would have made in that game. Because they essentially didn't even have a running game.
Right, probably none. Probably next to none, I'm sure.
So, but man, if you're gonna give me Travis Kelce and Pat Mahomes below 10% combined, like I understand New England's defense has been playing well, and I would have to look up to see who they've recently playing against. Like, I'm not the biggest Justin Herbert defender. Mitch Trubisky is Mitch Trubisky. So
you watch your mouth.
Well, listen. I don't mind Mitch against the Colts, but
that's on Saturday, so we ain't got to worry about it.
It is on Saturday, and that's indoors, I do believe. So, again, I'd be foolish not to at least take a look at Mahomes and Kelce. Now, as an early only player, if you're going to give me that shit at low ownership.
I mean,
bro. Main slate. If you're telling me like, nah, bro, I'm just playing Dak with CeeDee Lamb. You know what? You're smart. If you literally say, nah, bro, I'm playing Brock Purdy and random 49er here, I can't argue. I can't argue. If you're gonna do it on main slate, if you're playing Pat Mahomes, that is a full send Millie Maker type shit.
I mean, I feel you, but the thing is like that he's expensive, still expensive to his production, and B, so is Travis Kelce. I mean, like he's produced 1 tournament winning week
100%.
the entire year.
This is just what they would call in the business a feeling in the gut.
Hey, man.
This is the old gut play.
You gotta go with the gut.
Listen, I understand they're bad. Like their wide receivers are bad. But they're still one of the most favored teams to win the Super Bowl. So that has to account for something. Now, do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? I don't think they're going to beat a team out of the NFC.
I think a lot has to do with reputation, but at the same time, I mean, you know, we're strictly speaking about DFS, and I just don't feel that they could produce a tournament winning score on the road against New England. Like it just
all valid. I can't argue with any of that logic. It's smart. It's smart, but
you gotta go with the gut.
I kind of dig the gut play, man. This is the last time I had a gut play like this is when I wanted to play Josh Dobbs, and I took him out at 1250.
Not last week. Full disclosure, viewers and listeners. Not last week. Not last week.
It's when they played the Saints. Yep.
And you know who's playing the Saints this week? Super. Hey man, before we slide over to running back, can I victory lap just one thing, please, just real quick?
Absolutely.
When I said the bold call last week was Desmond Ridder was going to be a top 2 quarterback, and you might need him. You needed Lamar because the Lamar stacks were hot. But right behind those Lamar stacks were those Riddler stacks.
It was a good
Just saying.
game.
Just
Like I
saying.
said, like you bold called it, but I wasn't against it either.
Hey man, that's why it's bold here. That's why we make it bold. And he came through. He came through for your boy in yearly. He came through for your boy in daily. But this week, I'm not playing Desmond Ritter.
I mean, I didn't get the Desmond Ritter, but I played Flacco, I played Lamar, I played Jake Browning. I was basically right there with you.
But I mean, let's talk about Falcons. We are going to play as we slide over to the running back position. And we get the Falcons in the run funnel known as the Carolina Panthers. Bijan's finally getting the toke that we wanted. I mean, Bijan probably should have got another or a touchdown last week if, Desmond Ritter wasn't like trash and missed him wide open for a walk-in touchdown. But that's neither here nor there. The only thing about this matchup for me is that it's on the road. And that always scares me to a certain extent. And we saw the Saints really not get there last week. We saw Alvin Kamara really not get there last week. And this was sans Taysom Hill. Like, we didn't even have Weapon X. And we thought that Kamara should walk in this matchup. They were, at home favored against this Carolina Panthers team. And Carolina could muster no offense. But then neither could the Saints. So I want to play Bijan. Bijan is going to be heavily rostered. Of course, the matchup is good. The ownership's still going to be high, but again, the opportunity for a ceiling game against Carolina is definitely present. The problem with that is that he's right below the price tier where I could get to Kyron Williams, who doesn't leave the field at all. He's guaranteed at least 25 opportunities. I mean, again, if we're talking about all the red zone carries, we're talking about a guy that's going to touch the ball that much. Like, there is no Tyler Algier here. There is no Cordero Patterson here. There is no threat of the quarterback running it in. I mean, Kyron Williams gets everything. So, I mean, if you want to pay just a little extra, I kind of want to get to Kyron this week. And if you pay just a little extra, CMC is facing the Cardinals. So it's like, again, I don't play cash, but to the people that do listen that do play cash, I think like one of those two is probably the lock for you, because on FanDuel it's a little pricey because he's 10-5. DraftKings, he's still a serviceable price. So it's like you lock in that many touches against this terrible Cardinals defense, and CMC is going to run buck wild. It's just, obviously you can poke holes in damn near everybody, right? So CMC has the Debo problem. he has, George Kittle. He has Brandon Ayuk. They have all these weapons that could literally get there. And then with Kyron, looks like Cooper Kupp is back. I mean, he had his game last week, and Puka Nacua is still a thing. And like you mentioned in the quarterback section, Matt Stafford's been on a little bender lately.
I
So,
mean, don't forget about what's his name, Derek Allen, the tight end.
no Tyler Higbee. You got to get some Derek Allen in there. But yeah, I mean, up top, the decision this week is going to be tough, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on it. Like, if you're going to this upper tier in price with, I mean, Kamara is still there as well if you want to throw him in, but I'm not playing him. Where are you leaning towards?
I could basically at this point, this isn't going to help anybody, but I will probably have Kyron or CMC, one or the other. I don't think I could jam in both.
No. No.
So it's probably one or the other, right? Both of them are in ideal matchups. My only fear with CMC is, again, like CMC has a lot more people he has to beat out. Kyron, not so much. They both have a pretty safe receiving floor, rushing floor. Like you said, Kyron gets about an obnoxious amount of opportunities a game. So I think both of them are fine. I think another interesting decision here, as we're looking down in this range, is like Rachaad White gets there every week. He's basically CMC. Like, if you go, like, it ain't as pretty, but if you go look at his stats, he gets there every week.
I mean, he does. I 100% agree with you.
And Green Bay is susceptible to the run game. Again, the Giants were able to rush for a little bit. I know a lot of that was DeVito. But like again, Saquon still got there. I believe he got into the box twice. Um, Again, he got some receiving work as well. Um, so like I think Rashad White is going to kind of be an ownership play for me here. If he's coming in kind of lower than usual, especially with Bijan being right there at 6,800, um, you can play either one again there. And then like we have to bring up James Cook.
Damn right, we
Uh,
have to bring up James Cook. I mean,
uh,
if you want to get in this Bills game, James Cook is the way to do it. He was the RB2 last week, and he only got there, or he is getting there now because he's getting receiving work, which is what they wanted out of him. It's more so that Josh Allen is not a check down type of guy, but he's creating opportunities downfield for James Cook. We saw him on that receiving touchdown break through the seam and get open. I mean, James Cook now has a PPR floor. So and people are still reluctant to play James Cook. So again, if people are gonna take the path of least resistance and try and get into that game, they're gonna probably do it with the tight ends. Dalton Kincaid, like we mentioned off first, is questionable on a Wednesday night. So Dawson Knox might be like the chalk du jour. And then Gabe Davis, everyone's hero. He is just 0-0-25, 0-0-30, 0-0-20. I mean, Gabe Davis is going to be heavily owned, regardless of what performances he put on last week. So if you want a path that probably no one's going to take, it's probably going to be James Cook in this game. I love James Cook this week. Absolutely adore James Cook this week. So very, very solid take for me. I get
and
it.
then
I'm with you 100%.
if you're looking for two pay down running backs, Chuba Hubbard is the clear number one in this new offense now.
You know they had over 200 yards rushing last game between Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, I mean Chuba's the
Ridiculous.
clear number one here, and then Donta Foreman is back to the number one spot. I know it's not in an ideal matchup against the Browns, but um, if you need to pay down again, you gotta find savings somewhere, bro.
That is so hard. You want me to find savings? You want me to say it? You want me to say it?
You ain't going back to CEH again, are you?
Oh, no. He's on the opposite side of that ball, baby.
Oh, you
We
can't play
got
Zeke.
Zeke. We got
Oh,
Zeke in the
oh,
lead role now. We got
oh.
Zeke catching
Yeah,
passes.
I can just hear Baker now.
We
I
got
thought you all said Zeke was he's dust.
he hopped off the dust bus. He hopped
Nah,
off.
ain't nobody get off my bus. That shit is on lockdown. I gotta let you off.
Hey man, he made a pit stop. Uncle Lenny was sitting in the back, like, I know I'm in Buffalo now, but if you want to go play, go ahead. And so he went out and balled out, man. You can't deny the opportunity that Zeke had with no Ramondre Stevenson. We're talking about, again,
100%.
James Cook was in the same situation against the Chiefs last week on the road. Now we got a guy that's going to get the receiving work, that gets all the goal line work. I mean, there's no reason why we can't literally pay down with Zeke this week. I mean, he might be chalk.
He's chalk.
He might be chalk.
I think he's gonna be chalk.
He might be chalk.
In 2023, can you convince yourself to play Zeke chalk?
In the year of our Lord, 2023, Zeke Elliott this past game had more PPR points than Tony Pollard in any game this year. I'm just saying, if we need to pay down, yes, I like the Chuba Hubbard call. But at the same time, I mean, we're getting a guy at home with all the opportunity on a team that could be potentially reeling right now, bro. And I already said the upset special of the week is the damn Patriots over the Chiefs, dog. Who you think go get them there?
I don't think the defense is reeling. I think the offense is reeling. Listen, the defense gave up 20 points.
I said team. I said the team is reeling.
The offense is reeling. That defense is still good.
Hey, man, again, James Cook was the RB2 last week. If you give me a similar opportunity with Zeke, because you already know that Bailey Zappi's going to check down to the man, give him all the opportunities he can handle. I mean,
again, the reason's fair, but man, can I convince myself? How dare I?
You can do it, bro. You
How
can do
dare
it.
how dare I?
You can you
So
can you can bring yourself to do it. Trust me.
so you won't pay 4,300 for Jamal Williams to just pray he falls into the end zone. He had 11 carries last week.
I will not do that, sir.
Neither will I, but I do feel like I did have to bring it up. But uh, again,
so let's look at the pricing tier, at least on FanDuel for me. You can bring up DraftKings if you want,
yeah,
but
I got it.
Jerome Ford is fighting a wrist injury, I do believe. So I don't know if he's going to be in or out, but like Kareem Hunt could be the new pay down option if for some reason Jerome Ford sits. He's at 6,400, right behind a $6,500 Zeke. Brian Robinson missed practice today. He's at 6,600, so we don't know what we're going to get from him if he's going to play. So you might get Antonio Gibson against the Rams on the road at a cheaper price point. We don't know the status, of course, of what's his name, Aaron Jones. So you might get AJ Dillon, who no one ever wants to play, and it's Tampa, so hard pass. Not going to
Hard
do that.
pass.
So I mean, and then you just got crap after that. So I mean, Zeke is literally like the pay down option, unless you want to get a real sneaky way into the Buffalo game and go Rico Doodle
Ooh, no.
for a real, but that's thin. I mean, that's thin. We're talking about a guy that's getting all the opportunity, bro.
That's fair.
It's Zeke week, guy. It's Zeke week. You
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
Now, unless if you want to convince yourself to play Jerick McKinnon,
What he saw what 9 opportunities last week and just happened to fall in the end zone? Like I'm not sold on that. I mean, give me 16 opportunities from Zeke over anybody.
I'm just going with different options. If you want to play Zeke, that's fine. I'm not against it. So I will say this: if CJ Stroud doesn't play, I think it's time to fire up our king.
I mean, you already know, Chill.
Because I mean, first of all, we know what month it is. Second of all, listen, if Tennessee gets a lead and there's no fight, they're running the ball. Like honestly, if you want a real thin play Tajay Spears.
I mean, that's super thin.
I mean, but like again, this guy has been doing pretty well.
Hey man, heavy is the king's crown. That's why only Derrick Henry is fit to wear it. But do I ever see, not ever, but do I see a 100-yard game coming out this man?
I only say because, like, listen, Tennessee's defense, it's not great, but it's not bad either. And if you're giving me Davis Mills, like, their offense is going to have so much opportunity. And we know what Mike Vrabel's going to do. It's going to be
forget the Bills Mafia. It's the Mills Mafia on Sunday. Chill,
dude. The Mills Mafia.
The Mills Mafia, baby.
The Mills Mafia. What did Tajay Spear do to my Dolphins? Because he fucking lit them up. Yeah, he had 6 receptions for 89 yards, 29 on the ground.
Yeah, but they were in catch-up mode for 99.9% of that game.
I get it, but like again, if they're going to be running a lot, again, super thin. Like if you need to jam somebody in.
I mean, I know this is a Brown shirt, but this is actually Derrick Henry's name, the big dog. So
Big dog.
I'm with you. Let's go ahead and slide over to our receiver real quick, where we have a couple question marks, obviously with Tyreek Hill and his injury, but it's kind of rough sledding for Tyreek Hill in this matchup, only because the Jets defense likes to mute damn near everybody that goes against them. They did get him on the Black Friday game, admittedly.
Both wide receivers got
Both
him.
wide receivers did tear him up on the Black Friday game, but this is going to be headed. No, this is in Miami, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, but the thing is like that offense did not look great. For last week.
So it didn't, but like again, Miami is my team, and like Tua's like Brock Purdy. If you take away the MVP of our team, which is Tyreek Hill, obviously that's going to be a huge hole to fill. Mm-hmm. So like if they at least can game plan for that in the practice, I think they're going to look better. I also think it was a wake up call for them, but we didn't mention them. But if Tyreek Hill is ruled out, I think one of the Miami running backs, because like Tua missed Achon on a 60-yard pass as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
um, so like one of those two boys is gonna get there because the way to beat the Jets is on the ground. I mean, Miami did it through the air. That listen, every great defense has an outlier game. I'll chalk that up to the outlier. Um, but again, if Tyreek's in, then I don't think you need one of the running backs. Obviously, this game's in Miami. Miami is they are the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC for now. Cowboys are trying to break that
For now.
schneid in
For now.
Buffalo.
For now.
Hey,
For now.
hey, if the Cowboys can win in Buffalo, then I gotta take the title away from the Dolphins at
I
that
mean,
point.
they
But
did kind of shellac the Eagles too. So I mean,
they were
like,
at home though.
I know, I
They
agree, but yes, Buffalo is the litmus test. I completely agree with you, but I
100%.
digress.
When you are plus like 107 at home and plus 17 on the road.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So again, that's why we mentioned it was a big game for both. But no, again, you're looking at wide receivers here. Again, I CD Lamb this week kind of speaks for itself. I do love me some CD. Kind of more inclined to play CD over Tyreek for right now because of the injury concerns.
I was actually gonna say, so let me give you a choice. Let's call Tyreek Hill in. Tyreek
Okay.
Hill is a full go. We're good.
Okay.
Out of this upper tier of receivers, pricing wise, of course, who would you select? Because again, with pricing the way it is, and us wanting to either jam CMC or Kyron in, so it's going to eat up a lot of that salary. I mean, there are paid on options at running back, like we discussed, of course, but you can only take one of these guys. Who are you
Right.
taking? I give you Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Steph Diggs, Cooper Kupp. I'll give you Cooper Kupp / Puka Nacua. How about that? And let's throw Debo in there, and of course Mike Evans, because Mike Evans is when he's not being guarded by AJ Terrell, even though he gets Jair Alexander this week. Wait, is Jair Alexander healthy?
We gotta see. That might be like a wait and see take.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
I'll take Mike Evans out of that conversation then. So those five guys, who are you going with?
CD Lamb. Um, Listen, if the Cowboys want to break this schneid they got on the road, like they're not doing it via the run. If they do it with Tony Pollard, that's an outlier. Like that's a total outlier, and I doubt it. If they're gonna get it done on the ground here, um, it's gonna be with CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb's $700 cheaper than Tyreek. Um, Obviously Tyreek has a more break the slate to him than CeeDee Lamb, but
Hey,
um,
CeeDee Lamb has broken his fair share of slates, sir.
he has. But I mean, and if we're gonna go with give me the better quarterback, Dak's better right now than Tua. Obviously he's the MVP favorite. I'm gonna go with Dak as well.
Are you throwing shade at Brock Purdy, my
No, it's just
client?
no, it's just that one place for America's team and the other one doesn't.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, also like Brock Purdy has the much better weapons than Dak.
Yes.
Not to take that away from Purdy. That's not Purdy's fault, but I mean, at this point, it's just like Dak's like MVP candidacy comes down to this game against the Bills and the game against the Dolphins,
It's strictly winning. It's winning. Period.
and then
He's got to
and
win
then
out.
and then Brock Purdy on Christmas Day on Monday Night Football is going up against the Ravens at San Francisco. So like that's kind of where this race goes because like if they're even, Brock Purdy beat that ass, so he should win. But we all know one place for the Dallas Cowboys.
This is true, and I mean those matchups are going to come down to seeding as well. Because I mean, if San Francisco keeps winning, and Philly accidentally drops a game, and Dallas accidentally drops a game, they might be in a position where they could be like done with the number one seed here in a few weeks. So
Philadelphia, like I understand they lost and they're going to be pissed off, but they have the biggest trap game right now with that game getting moved to Monday Night Football. Because we're not going to sit here and act like Philadelphia's secondary can cover DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett.
I got news for you.
I agree with this take. If you tell me Seattle's going to win that game,
Seattle's going to win that game. Just if Geno Smith is healthy, actually, it doesn't matter. If Geno Smith and Drew Lock, it doesn't matter. No, it matters to me.
That matters. If Geno's healthy, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Hey, you can't take away how Drew Lock looked. He looked serviceable. He didn't
look bad. He didn't look bad. He did not look bad in the year of backup quarterback starting.
Right. I mean, as long as DK Metcalf doesn't get ejected, they should be all right.
Yeah, but Shanahan came out and said, like, that's a thing that they do because they know DK Metcalf can't keep his emotions under wrap.
You talking about the Draymond Green of the NFL?
Oh, dude, Draymond. I wasn't trying to punch him in the face. Like, who tries to get a penalty by doing this?
Brother, I love Draymond Green. That's my homie. But anyway, yes, I again, separate from the main slate. Yes, I think Seattle's going to win that game. But yeah, as far as elite receivers go, like I got news for you. Chill. It's finally Steph Diggs week. It's finally here. After the long drought of weak performances from this man, this is the week of Stephon Diggs. When everybody's going to zig to 0 points or 25 points, Gabe Davis, and people are going to try and find a cheap way in, I implore you to go the more expensive route and select yourself some Stephon Diggs this week. I think this is the week. I don't think that anyone can cover him as good as the Dallas Cowboys defense has been, as good as Deron Bland has been. He's a gambler, just like Stephon Diggs' brother. He's a gambler. Cousin is a gambler. All they do is jump. Stephon Diggs can roast this team one-on-one, just like DK Metcalf was getting in that ass on that Thursday night game that we saw. I think we can see a similar performance at a suppressed ownership percentage for Stephon Diggs. And it's going to be a rare pairing because it's going to be top priced QB Josh Allen. You want to fit in one of those running backs and you try to fit in one of these alpha receivers. Whereas I don't think a lot of people are willing to do that this week. So again, I think it's, personal opinion of mine, might be biased because I'm a Bills fan, but at the same time, I think it's a Stephon Diggs week, man.
They've been winning without him doing well, though, so that may continue. Because they're more obligated in this offense that they're running to check it down, to go short. The thing that will help Steph Diggs in this game is that Buffalo moves him around. Sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's in the slot. So, like, they'll be able to keep him away from Bland and Gilmore. For as much as like everybody said Stephon Gilmore had a great game, like AJ Brown still caught 10 balls, I think. Like he just didn't get in the box.
Sure.
So like I don't hate the take at all. I'm gonna go through some wide receivers here with you. And you tell me if they're gonna be chalk or not chalk. Based on the slate
Garrett Wilson, yes.
No. We're going lower than Garrett Wilson.
Okay, so we can get on the cheap end. Because I was going to say my favorite mid-price receiver is Garrett Wilson. Zach Wilson throws the one dude, two dudes, Tyler Conklin and Garrett Wilson.
So Jaden Reed, 4,900. These are DraftKings prices.
Chalk.
Okay. The resurrection, the hand out the ground, DeMarcus Robinson if Tutu Atwell is out.
Oh,
he's 3,600 against the Commanders.
Not chalk.
Wan'Dale Robinson, 3,700.
And
then the possible return of Demario Douglas.
Oh, Pop Douglas is back?
I think he may still be in concussion. Don't quote me on that, but he may be back.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, also Jalen Hyatt is 3,200.
I was gonna say one of these Giants receivers are definitely gonna be chalk. I don't know if it's gonna be Juan
Oh, and
or.
then and then Jonathan Mingo 3,900.
Stop playing this dude.
He's gonna be chalk again.
Stop
He's
it.
gonna be chalk.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hey, listen, our boy.
The
I didn't
listeners,
play
the
him.
viewers, do not play Jonathan Mingo. Stop it. Oh, volume is king. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck them targets, man. If they don't mean anything, how many wide open touchdowns do you have to miss this man by to realize that he's not a good play? He may be a good player, but at the same time, he still needs to be able to catch the ball.
This is the week of value, fam. You're gonna be uncomfortable somewhere.
Would you rather have a receiver that's catching the ball from Bryce Young or Tommy DeVito?
I mean, come on.
Then give me the Giants, guys. Give me Hyatt or Juandale at the cheap end then. But are they going to be chalky? Debatable. Debatable.
Listen, I mean, like you got to get uncomfortable somewhere.
I agree, because like you said, we got to save some loot.
I mean, if you want to get really off the chain, you just play Nick Westbrook Ikini, right? 3,400.
Stop, dude. That is not going to happen.
If these Texans guys are out, like, you play like Jonathan Menchie.
I mean, I feel more comfortable playing Noah Brown, but at the same time, after back-to-back
expensive. He's $5K.
That's
expensive.
I get
you ain't fitting in $5K in these lineups.
I guess it would be mentioned.
As soon as you go Josh Allen, Diggs, and CD, you're broke.
First of all, I would not.
Or you go.
Put the two alphas together.
It could be
that eliminates CMC. That eliminates CMC. If I put CeeDee Lamb and Steph Diggs with Josh Allen in the lineup,
you would do that in hopes that CMC doesn't get into the box. If he doesn't get into the box, you're golden. If he gets into the box, you're probably dead.
I think we have to play the slate as if the 49ers offense would be spread out. So like Ayuk gets his 6 and 90, maybe gets in the end zone. CMC gets his obligatory 100, falls in the end zone, but he doesn't kill you. Debo gets his rushing touchdown. Kittle, whatever. He's been phased in and out the offense.
What you really need is for George Kittle to break the slate, and you're fine. George Kittle has like 3 receiving touchdowns again for no reason. Then you're good.
What, at 2% ownership? That's fair. That's fair.
Because nobody's going to play a high-priced tight end this week. Not if you're trying to jam in all that nonsense.
These are facts. Not really anybody else of note that I want to kind of call out at wide receiver. So, I mean, I think I'm safe to move on. Oh. Chill. Juju Smith-Schuster revenge game.
Dude. He was in back-to-back revenge games.
And what did he do in the first revenge game, Chill? Did he have a nice day in the first revenge game? I think he did. So, I'm just saying, if we're trying to pull this upset, someone's going to have to produce. Might as well be Juju and the revenge.
I could get behind that play if Pop Douglas is out. I think.
Wednesday night, we can wait and see.
Right. Yeah, because like Juju at 3,600, it's not the worst.
Tell you, man, if you got the revenge highlight, I might have to play you. Okay, let's slide over to tight end real quick then. Travis Kelce, of course, most expensive tight end on the slate. Don't play him, no point. Except for Chill, of course, because he wants to get in the weeds with the Chiefs this week.
I'm gonna galaxy brain the shit out of this.
That's fine. Trey McBride's back in our lives, so if you're gonna play a San Francisco 49er, of course, you might be thinking about the mini stack with running Trey McBride. Trey McBride is pretty inevitable at this point. We saw David Njoku come off a career game last week behind Joe Flacco, but gets a tough matchup against Chicago. George Kittle, like you said, still going to be low owned because no one wants to pay up a tight end this week. And I think the sweet spot for tight end this week is going to be where we're going to be headed to next is this range of the mid tier. So like Dalton Kincaid, of course, still has that shoulder injury, but he may or may not play. Again, if he doesn't play, that means his backup Dawson Knox is probably going to be the chalk at damn near min price. I mean, is he a good play at that point? I think he's more so of a good fade at that point. But again, Wednesday night, injury reports haven't come out. We'll see what happens. My favorite tight end is actually on the opposite side of the ball, and that's going to be Jake the Snake. We saw Jake the Snake get very heavily involved. He led that team in receiving last game. I mean, he's a heavy red zone target. He had a red zone play designed strictly for him that did not connect on him. The last game they played, I mean, he's red zone threat, midfield threat, and you saw his little attitude last game. He's got that dog in him too. So, and he's still affordable right now. So I think my favorite tight end play on the slate is Jake the Snake. And again, you want to get in this Dallas Buffalo game? I think this is a great way to do it.
I mean, right now, the chalkiest tight end on the slate is redacted.
Dude, he's back.
Which would be Kyle Pitts. So taking a look here, and I just want to take a look at something really quick as I do this. Bear with me. Sound like I'm at work.
I mean, you can always play Tyler Conklin, the other person that Zach Wilson throws to.
Right.
The offense goes through three people: Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and Tyler Conklin.
Yeah. So I mean, at this rate, your three chalkiest tight ends are Pitts, Cade Otton, and Tyler Conklin.
Dude, it's Tyler Conklin. Let's go.
So your best value tight end right now is Trey McBride, but he kind of comes in pretty pricey. I think my favorite tight end this week is Tucker Kraft at 3K.
Why did I know you were going to say that? That's so weird.
I mean, Tampa Bay is not very good against tight ends. Saw Kyle Pitts kind of get wet last week.
Dude.
And without this, like, again, like with Aaron Jones out, like they're gonna rely more on Jordan Love. In the highest point total game in the early only window, might have to get in there. That's so pathetic. But
I mean, it's tough sledding 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. It's tough sledding.
I mean, again, he's 3K, so like I totally get kind of look at it. You always got our boy Chig, 2,900.
Screw Chig. I'm good. Hard pass.
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm gonna play some Will Levis this week, which I probably will, I think I'll just tack on Chig with Nook and kind of call it a day.
I mean, it helps you jam in the alphas.
It does.
So
Again, it works.
If CJ Stroud is ruled out, you're not going to have a bring back in that lineup, are you?
I can play John Michie for cheap.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
It's going to help you.
I got to fit the rest of these guys in, chill. I got to do something.
You play Wandale at that. Jalen Hyatt.
You might be right.
No, listen. I mean, this week, if you're not trying to get in 3 of these alphas, your lineup's going to be balanced, but you're going to be really uncomfortable. Or you jam in 3 of them and you pray to God your $4,400 wide receiver can get you 10 points.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like to your point earlier, this is probably going to be the absolute lowest ownership you will ever get on Travis Kelce, because no one will go there. It is way too damn pricey. And if anybody, again, at the tight end position in years past can break a slate, it is Travis Kelce. 100% agree with that take. But with Travis Kelce, you're sacrificing something else. Those Travis Kelce lineups won't have Steph Diggs, won't have CMC, won't have CeeDee Lamb, won't have guys like that. So again, it makes your roster construction completely flipped, where if you're not going to say, I'm going to stay in the mid tier. So let's say you have a little mini stack like Zeke and Kelce, which is feasible on this slate. Then that automatically changes up your roster construction to what everyone else is going to do. So, to your point, and I'm agreeing with you here, if you do go that route,
It's
that
risky.
makes sense because you're getting off everybody else. But at the same time, that could flip right back on its head because there are guys, especially at 4 o'clock on the East Coast, that can put you straight to sleep
I mean,
without them.
we could look at all the guys in the 4 o'clock window that could put you to sleep. CMC, Debo, maybe Brandon Ayuk. I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody else from the Cardinals is really going to put you to sleep. Truthfully,
Nah, nah,
uh,
nah.
Josh Allen, Steph Diggs. I think that's about it from Buffalo. Gabe Davis is
Gabe
so.
Davis can put you to bed, and you know this.
If he's chalk, he can put you to bed. If he's not chalk, you're fine.
Bro, people are going to play the shit out of Gabe Davis this week. You know this.
You,
This is
you,
DFS, bro. You know this.
this is gonna be where we turn the cards and he's 20%, even though everybody else in the industry had him at 8.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is going to be a sneaky play this week. You got to get some Gabe Davis.
then
Put up that 0 last week. No one's going to trust him. Blah, 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 blah. 20%.
and then so CD. So we're at 7. We're at 7 guys that can put you to sleep. Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nakua all can put you to sleep.
Oh, Kyron can definitely put you to bed. Oh,
so I got 10
God.
guys in the 4 o'clock window that can put you to sleep.
But Travis Kelce in the 1 o'clock window could make some late swap options realistic because Travis Kelce can definitely put that ass to bed.
Right.
Because if Travis Kelce goes 103, what are you gonna do? You're dead. You're dead. I mean, simple as that. You're dead. So
right.
that makes you have to get off the chalkier pieces in the late windows. So yes, I agree. If you're going to take a stab at somebody in the early window, I would say at the tight end position is probably Travis Kelce. I don't recommend paying for him because I never play Travis Kelce.
I never either, but again,
week,
like this is the old gut. This is the old gut.
You know what? For you, Chill, I'm loading up one Travis Kelce lineup just for one, just for you.
I'm sorry that I took food off the table.
Oh no! I want to put it. I want to put that ass in the flex so I can still pay down at tight end, but we'll see. We'll see. It's Wednesday night. Let's hit defense real quick. I don't have any strong convictions other than that if I feel that my conviction is correct, that I'm going to pay all the way down at defense and just play the Patriots.
I can't argue against it. They've been playing really well.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, defense, it is what it is. So, I mean, I'm looking at like these backup quarterbacks, like, you know, picking up Green Bay last week didn't bode well against Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito kind of lit him up. So it's like I wouldn't go back to that well with playing the Saints, even though they're a solid defense. But I just can't see it this week. You know, you need opportunity.
If you want to convince yourself to play Buffalo's defense or the Dallas Cowboys defense, sure. You want to convince yourself that one of those defenses could shut down the other quarterback? Because we've seen Dak be turnover prone in the past. We know Josh Allen is turnover prone. Again, if you want to build yourself a story that says, again, and you're fading one half of the game and you're praying, that's fair.
See, that's the thing about it. I feel like we could be in the Jameis Winston conundrum right here because we all know the Deron Bland story. He leads the league in pick sixes, NFL record, et cetera, et cetera. And Josh Allen has an interception in 6 straight games. We could tell ourselves a story that the Buffalo Bills hang 35 on the Cowboys. However, one of those interceptions is going that way. So you could tell yourself that story. So in the same lineup, you could say, Josh Allen's going to fling it all around the yard, but at the same time, although it's not recommended, you can play the Dallas defense against Josh Allen. You can do that.
I mean, I agree. I mean, honestly, I know this. if Tyreek Hill doesn't play, I think you have to take a look at the Jets defense. Um, I think that's a fine play. That might be end up that could be chalk at 2,500. But honestly, like I know this isn't great advice, but at the end of the day, play what fits.
Yeah, yeah, of course, absolutely.
Like I don't really have a strong conviction. The Browns finally got bumped up. Unfortunately, can't just play them at their 3K price as usual. Uh,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
What about
at this
what about the
the right
Titans defense? What about the Titans defense against the Mills Mafia?
on DK, they're 3,700.
Well, they are 4,400 on FanDuel too, which will probably keep the ownership suppressed.
Um, if if uh if uh if Davis Mills plays, then I'm probably chalking him on FanDuel.
Hey, was that your dog barking in the background? Did we get your dog's approval for the Titans defense?
I mean, it kind of sounds like it. It
Do we
kind
gotta
of,
lock it? Do we gotta lock in the
you know,
Titans defense? We got the dog bark.
yeah. I mean, the dog's name is Buddy, and Buddy was kind of hot. Maybe he's a Titans fan.
Hey man, hey,
Um,
you already like Derrick Henry.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, pair him up.
I mean, at this point, on DK, if I'm chalking a defense, it's probably the Rams defense at 3,100. We know Sam Howell's going to try and sling it everywhere. That game's in LA. Is that correct? I don't remember. Oh no, I lost sound. I did not hear you.
It's because I muted myself.
Ah, there we go. I got nervous. I'm like, what the hell did I hit?
Yeah, lips were moving and I wasn't coming out. That's on me, bro. That's on me.
I got nervous.
You're good. You're good. The commies are going to the Rams.
Yeah. So again, you want to play Kyron and the Rams defense. You want to go old school DFS.
Stack up the running back with the defense. Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
I don't really think that's a thing anymore, but
I still do it. I don't force it, but I do
right.
still do it.
That I mean, again, we know the Commanders want to come in. They're going to throw the ball 30 to 40 times. Rams defense, again, not great, but not horrible either.
Facts. I agree. They couldn't contain Lamar, but not a lot of teams do. So I mean, I get it. I get exactly where you're
I
coming from.
mean, then again, they lost on a punt return,
Right.
so
They play well.
they
They played just enough. That's what
they
happens
played
when you
really
get the
well,
triple team Aaron Donald
bro. Right?
and get OBJ
Well,
wide
like
open.
I think a lot of people forget because they obviously weren't like a huge talk, but like Sean McVay is a really good coach.
Yeah, without
I think
question.
he kind I think he kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Without question. 100% agree. 100% agree. Guys, if you haven't done so, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe on the way out. Don't forget to share this podcast, download it, put it in your pocket, as we always do as a custom on the DFS Deli. We are going to hit you with that one bold take. We got bold takes that came to fruition last week. So let's see if we can hit a few out the park, chill. Before we get out of here and close up the shop, give me something bold. Give me something that the people can marinate on, stew on for the next few days before they
Well,
set their
we'll
main
just
slate lineup.
we're gonna go with the gut. We're gonna go. Travis Kelsey is going for over 30 DK points.
You know what? It's bold, and I shouldn't have hit you in ain't no fucking way, boy. But I like it, chill. I like it. I like it. I take back what I said. I
I
like
mean, the other bold take was Tommy DeVito goes for 102 on the ground.
it, bro. Could you imagine Tommy Cutlets getting the rushing bonus on DK? Holy crap, that would be insane. I love it though. I love it. I love it. My bold take obviously is going to be referring back to the receiver call, like I said, with Steph Diggs. I think Steph Diggs is the wide receiver one on the week. Let's say to the nice guitar tune of 9 catches, vintage Steph Diggs, 9 catches, a $120, and he finds the box twice. That's going to be the bold call. And I'm gonna tack on to that. Not in the same game, of course, but I'm still going to stick with it. The New England Patriots beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. Get those money lines in, get those parlays in, add them up. Patriots this Sunday, baby. Check it out. And I hope it's on a ref penalty that costs them a possession. That'll be hilarious. Hope the referees have something to do with it. Just saying. Just saying. But as always, man, hopefully we'll see you guys on Saturday. I am finally off work. Don't have to work this Saturday. So hopefully I can squeeze something in to get you guys a final look, a contrarian show before the Sunday main slate goes on. Good luck in your fantasy playoffs to everybody that's in. Good luck to your best ball teams if you've advanced. And good luck on your Saturday slates, because I already know you degenerates out there are going to be gambling on Saturday as well. So for Baker, for Dale, and for my main man, Chill, this has been the DFS Deli. We're going to go ahead and close up the shop. And of course, we'll see you all at the top. Thanks for listening. Peace.